In terms of, you didn't really talk about it, but you kind of like mentioned it. The dating space is crazy. Like
Yes.
it is crazy.
I mean, we could talk about it after this.
Yo, the dating space now, is really crazy.
Yes, it
I'm
is. And it
I'm a
makes me
serial
sad.
single guy, right? I've been single the majority of my life by preference. I love to be single, right? When I'm with you, I'm with you. When I'm not, I'm not. But when we together, we have a great time, right? But then you start, and of course, when you're single, that's when you meet all the people that you should be in a relationship with, right?
Everybody come out from the woodworks.
That's when you meet all the right people, right?
Yeah.
And you're not taking applications at that point longer than a day or a night or a weekend, and then when you start really, stop wanting to play around, you meet all these weirdos. You're like, whoa, wait a minute. What just happened? What just happened? Did I lose all the good opportunities when I was playing around?
A little bit.
I mean, but and it's not even about me. It's the women I meet. They say the same thing. They say the same thing. So it's not even about a guy. It's about,
honestly,
women.
I can't even get a date. Like, just something simple. I'm not even asking for like a $500 steak because I don't eat steak, right? Take me to TGI Fridays or something. I'm cool. Like, be creative. Like, we could go to pull up to Chick-fil-A. I like Chick-fil-A. Like, make the date just memorable. You know what I mean? But I can't even get that. I just have like a wave of mad dicks being thrown at me. Like, it's just crazy to me because I'm like, that's not. If that's what I want, I'll let you know. But that's not like I need more than that. I need more than thinking I'm walking around looking like I need to get pounded out. Like, there's more to it than that. Like, it's crazy to me. Like, and then on top of that, I've been in some scenarios where I've just met up with people just to see. Like, they be like, "Yo, let's go hang out." Okay, I'll go hang out. And they be trying shit, or let me put the tip in, or just lick it a little bit. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. And turn around and try to lie in my box. Like, that to me is just insane. Are we in junior high? Like, do people really not know how to date anymore?
So let me jump in on that real quick. I feel like the dating game has changed, and it's twofold. I think what happened was in the world, right? And unfortunately, I'm a call out genders, unfortunately. Right. Back when my come up, back in the 90s, right? Late 80s, early 90s, it was easy. Like it was easier, I should say. And I'm speaking solely for me, right? For me to, I can't speak now. Hold on one second. Sorry about that.
Go ahead.
I was saying
Glasses
in the
getting
80s
fogged
and
up?
90s. What you said?
I said your glasses getting fogged up?
Nah, she hugged me in some gel. Now I can't. Now y'all blurry. I see 5 of y'all. So back in the 90s, it was somewhat easy to go out and have a good time, right? Hang out with the women and that whole Netflix and chill thing. That's what it was, right? But as that age, we grew up. We grew out of that. Right?
Yeah.
About 10 years ago, I don't know what happened. Oh, I do know what happened. The men, the quality, not the quantity, but the quality of good men, that's what became prevalent to women. So they started to settle, right? They started to settle. And because they were settling for the good men, that Netflix and chill thing became apropos again because they just wanted to be with a good man, right? Unfortunately, for good men and for women, that wasn't the only thing we wanted to do. Then you had some people that infiltrated the game, the younger version, and that's where the dick pics and all the other shit started getting thrown into the mix. And it was like, whoa, wait a minute, what we doing? What we doing? That's not what we do. Oh yeah, we do that because that's the way you date. Right. I was recently talking to this. I got a little homie. He 24. And again, I'm not on social media, so I don't know nothing about social media. And he said the way things work nowadays is you meet a person, you ask them for their IG handle. Right? Hold on.
Stand that.
So you meet a person, you ask them for their IG, right? as y'all have a conversation over IG, it progresses to let me get your number. So I said, whoa, wait a minute. Hold on a second. You just met the person. Y'all had a good conversation and you getting a generic email address? Like, what we talking about? I don't know what that is. And he said, yeah, that's how we date nowadays.
If they ask me for my Snap, like they'd be like, yo, what's your Snap? Red flag for me. Red flag. Because I'm like, you're hiding something. You're hiding something.
Right? So the person could be 50, but mentally they're not 50. They're not where we at in terms of, and that's what's saturating this dating pool and making it infested and making it a cesspool, right? Because when it's all said and done, you know, you let's say you got 10 guys that approach you. Out of the 10, you might have a decent conversation with 20%. 2, you might have a decent conversation. But to your point, of that 10, the majority is gonna be like, yo, can I send you a dick pic? Yo, can we meet and, you know, Netflix and chill? And you like, yo, bruh, if I wanted to do that, you know, I could say the same thing. If I really wanted to do it, I'm at a stage where I'm trying to teach my daughter the right thing. And trust me, that's fucking hard. Very hard. Very fucking
I know.
hard. You have no idea. I was that dude. I was that, and what they say, Nas said it best. He is like you.
They say the coolest players and foulest heartbreakers in the world. God gets us back, he makes us have precious little girls.
You just saw it 3 times, right? Y'all just seen it 3 times. But the reality for me is, I had to change my way. Say it again.
How old is she, if I may ask?
She's 11.
Oh, okay, she's 11.
So for me, I had to change my ways because I got to show her what a man should look like, how a man should treat her, right? So the streets don't become her father, her daddy. You know what I mean? And for me, that's more important than anything. No. So if I gotta stop doing what I enjoyed most, which I really don't enjoy no more anyway, I'm cool with that because I'm setting, you know, a foundation, not only for me, but for her to follow, and then, you know, for her to also set for future, whatever, if she chooses to have children. In all reality, you get what you put out, right? Karma's a motherfucker. Okay. And that's what it is. Like, I'm getting the karma from something or someone, and I'm all right with it. You know, I make my bet, I'm gonna lay in it. You know, but what's the most important to me is not to pass it down. I can't pass that down.
Break those curses.
Passes down my karma, right? So what she sees is me being a decent dude. It's funny because we just had a conversation. I'm starting to, I realized the more we spent a lot of time together, and the more we spend time together, it's almost like we're in a relationship. Like, I gotta explain to her what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, but I'm okay with that because it's reciprocated, right? She feels comfortable telling me. So this past weekend, she just had what y'all get.
Oh.
Yes, right. And we had a conversation about it. Now, the average man don't want to have that conversation. And trust me, I ain't want to have it either. I was happy she caught it with her mama. And I told her, stay with your mama. But she came the next day. I'm like, yo, how about we don't see each other physically for the next 6 months? Because I'm going to need some time to deal with this.
That's a whole nother conversation we got to have, because girls are getting that little earlier too. Like, my goddaughter, that's happening much sooner. 10 years.
My niece at 10.
Yeah.
Bro.
No. Not your goddaughter.
Listen. So, yo, bro, listen. Let me tell you, and the eye opener for me was that we had a conversation, and it was so easy to have. Mm-hmm. You know, like, there's years of prepping that to get to this point, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I wouldn't even go buy tampons for my mom. Like, I'm not doing that. In my 20s, no, I ain't doing that. A girl I'm dating, I'm not doing that. I did it maybe 2 or 3 times because I was forced, right? And I think it was a stigma attached to it. You know, I think that's what it was. That's all I can tell you. I can't say anything.
Listen, as a girl, I used to be embarrassed to even go get pads or something. Like,
right?
Like,
it seems so personal.
But meanwhile, you know, so I was already prepared. I had the, what do you call it? The kit. I had a kit. I had a friend of mine.
Oh, I thought you said a cake. I'm like, you had a cake.
No. The cake. Let's celebrate. It was a party, by the way. I sent y'all an invite. Y'all didn't make it.
Nah, I didn't get that.
Nah. So no, I had a kit, like I forgot what it's called, but anyway, it's a little girl's kit when it's their first time or whatever, right? I had a friend of mine send me that kit like a month or 2 ago. because I was mentally prepared for this to happen, and I didn't want to get caught sleeping. So anyway, this weekend with the kit, we went through the kit, and there were some things that she said she wanted to get in addition to. So this weekend we in the supermarket, and she's calling stuff out, and I'm like, oh no, it's right here. What about this box? Oh no, it's right here, right? And it makes sense, but it didn't make sense to me prior to going this past weekend. I never realized they came in different sizes. Again, it makes sense, but I never looked at them. So I was like, wait a minute. So my daughter's grabbing the box, and it's a 4. And I'm like, wait a minute, 4, 5, 3. Yeah, you're not a 4. You're not a 4. Ain't no way to worry, you're a 4. Do you have negative sizes? Right. -5 or something? They're like, no, the lowest size we have is a 3. I'm like, matter of fact, we need to just let's go to Amazon, because you're not a 4, you're not a 3. I don't even know what you are, but you're not these numbers. Not in my house. Maybe at your mother's house you can wear that. Not in my house. Those are big people numbers.
Oh my God.
We gonna have an episode about that one, because that's a whole nother rabbit hole.
Dads on that.
Yeah, we got. That's a whole. Like I said,
at least some moms on that conversation.
Yeah, like
listen, I'm
definitely gonna need some moms for that, because
one thing I'll say, her mom definitely educated her, because she was spot on about what she needed to do, how she needed to handle it. And in that process, she was educating me too, right? My daughter, that is. So it was a learning curve. And it was one thing that I realized, sometimes the world we live in, right? It's always been said that you can learn from anyone. We've always known that, right? Kids could teach you anything, you should never be too old to learn anything, that type of deal. But it's paramount for me in this day and age where we talk about women empowerment, that I make sure that my daughter's empowered to speak her mind, because my daughter's not disrespectful, right? And I don't foster an environment where it's that shut down, you can't talk about it, it's my way or the highway. And what we talking about? So it's my way or the highway, but I want you to have a voice when you're in the street, right? Like, how does that work? You learn here. You learn how to communicate here. You learn how to voice your opinion. You learn how to express why you agree or don't agree with something. And I'll help you to make sure that it's crafted in the right way. So when it's presented to the public, they have no choice but to listen. And if they don't want to listen, that's because they closed-minded. Because you didn't come across disrespectfully. You didn't come across rude. You just said, hey, that's your opinion. Here's my approach on it. Why wouldn't I want to listen to you? Oh, because of my age? Okay. Oh, because of my gender? Oh, okay. All right. So that's ageism, sexism. We can keep going. Which one is it? Or you just closed-minded? Which one?
Right.
So, and that, and that's why when we're together, and Paul will tell you, this is not for no Zoom meeting or for you guys, right? This is me all the time. This is me all the time. Like, this is my second kid. My son is much older, so we grew up together, you might as well say. But
that's me and Caitlin. Me and my daughter, I feel like me and my daughter grew up together for sure. Yeah. But my son, and that's the thing I told my daughter, I was like, unfortunately, I had to grow up with you.
Yeah.
I said, my son is getting the adult version of me. Yep. So the parenting is going to be so much different. And there's a lot of jealousy. It creates a lot of jealousy between the both of them. There's a 13-year gap between them, I
have 18.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
that's 18. Starting all over again.
Yeah.
You were just there to be free. 18
I wasn't about to. I packed. I was gone.
You were gone, right? Yeah. And then they're like, surprise.
Tiff couldn't even find me. Tiff couldn't find me with the work she do. She couldn't find me. Word. I was gone.
I don't know.
She was on it.
Or better yet, Tiff, the reason why I'm back. She found me.
There it is.
One or the other.
No. Don't do that.
But yeah, but bringing it full circle to the Andrew Tate situation, like you said, the conversations you have with your daughter, empowers her and shows, and I think most people say, for daughters, their father is that first male relationship, kind of, what Waykme, you alluded to that, like y'all conversations is like, she's your woman, like your date, you got to tell her where you at, time you're gonna be there, and she's getting that first experience. So now you're setting the bar for where, you know, what she's requiring from men to be going forward. And that's something that, again, we can relate to, us in this group, and people that know. But when we let the internet, you know, raise kids, that's when we get to the point where they're looking for, well, who's the person that I need to, Andrew Tate. I want to be like him, because again, I don't know the household.
There's a female version of Andrew Tate, though. I'll get her name when I get a chance.
Yeah, I was gonna say, who's the female version?
There's a female who's always like talking down about men, like, well, men ain't shit. And
there's a few, because I've seen a few ladies.
So there's one
got banned on TikTok.
She's almost just as equivalent as.
Okay, but that's what happens, because whenever there's one thing, then it's something to counteract that. You know, a lot of people don't like to admit it, but the reason we got Donald Trump was because Obama was in office. You know what I'm saying? Because so many people in Middle America was like, oh, we never let a black. We want him because he's gonna be the exact opposite of that's what we want right now to counteract that, and that's what happens a lot of times. We always get the counteraction of, you know, what preceded, and we need to start coming together more in relationships. You know what I'm saying?
So I could jump in real quick. You talk about Obama, you talk about Trump, right? Mm-hmm. And this is not a topic that I can finish, but I can definitely start it.
Okay.
That's respect versus loyalty. That's the conversation, right? That begs that conversation. You got two spectrums. What do you want? What would you prefer? You prefer respect or loyalty, right? And you got a lot of people that were loyal to Trump, but they didn't respect him. You got a lot of people that respected Obama, and they were loyal to him, right? And then on the same, on the opposite spectrum, you have people that respected him wholly, but wasn't loyal to him.
Right.
So which one do you want? Which one do you want in that regard? And I think that's the reason, to your point, you had Obama, you had a presidential president, and they wanted everything that was totally different. And nobody in this world could ever say Trump, whatever you call him, right? Whether you love him or you hate him. One thing we probably can all agree on, not probably, we definitely can all agree on, was he wasn't a presidential president. He was not.
But that's what got him elected. But that's my point. That's what got him elected, because Obama was there and he was who he was. There's a separation in America that wanted the exact opposite. And that's and they found someone that, and again, to me, Donald Trump knew that, because he's been a showman, he's been a business, so he knew to play that.
Listen, I think Trump was trolling us when I didn't think he was gonna get that far.
He wasn't trolling us, he was trolling them. They voted for him, and he became exactly. He knew all the right things. That's why they have the trial now, where they can't concrete put it on him, because he never said go to the office, bust down the windows, put your feet up on it. He never told them to specifically do it. He said, we're going to fight for the election. We're going to rally for the votes. We're going to, we'll step on anyone who gets in our way, metaphorically. Like, he never said literally go do it. So he knew the right verbiage to use to rile them up, because he knew, even when they asked him, hey, do you denounce white supremacy? He like, them niggas vote for me. I mean, I don't like it, but I mean, what is white supremacy? What does that mean? You tell me. Like, so he knew how to, I'm not gonna say no to the people that are gonna go and click my name. No, stupid election person asking me questions during this. I'm not gonna.
No, that's not how you went about it. At that point, you started attacking me.
You denounce the people that are gonna vote for you.
You're fat. You're ugly.
Right.
You should not be allowed to have this job.
Are you against them?
It was a deflection.
Dummy.
He deflected a lot.
They're gonna vote for me. Duh.
Yeah.
So again, you could hate whatever, and same thing with Andrew Tate. There's a group of people that he spoke to that was looking for, he's saying it, that's my guy. He's saying what I was thinking. I couldn't say it that exact way, but he's saying it. That's my guy. I'm with whatever he's about. Oh, they trying to silence him. See, because he's been speaking the truth. He's speaking the truth. And it's like, that's your truth. That's a truth. That's some truth. Right. It's not the truth. It's truthish. Right. You know what I'm saying? He can sprinkle some truth into his, opinion. And that's what every car salesman does. You know, you get a used car salesman. Hey, does it run good? Man,
I mean, he was great. He was great for entertainment.
Sure, and that's because we can decipher entertainment, and we're not looking for a false idol to worship. Oh, speak to me, Mr. Tate. Tell me, yes. Because even I could see it and be like, oh, it's kind of okay. Then no, cool. At the end of the day, it's all right. The video's over. All right, I'm done. Like, you know what I'm saying? But Waykme, you gotta go.
Gotta go, peeps. It's been great.
Yes, sir.
Look forward to talking to y'all again.
The conversation continues. We will have more conversations like this.
Most definitely.
Later, sir.